Good morning, it's Barbara. Pretty nice outside. It's going to be a little warmer today and maybe a little muggier, but still lovely. So there you go. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. And thank you everyone who came to the Zoom craft together yesterday afternoon. I worked on my socks. Let me show you where I got. So my socks are coming along. You see my little slip stitch stripes in there. Not very obvious, but fun. And I had a lot of fun, and thank you everyone for coming. It was a lot of fun. I had to leave slightly earlier than I usually do because we were taking dinner over to Aura yesterday, which we did, and had a very nice visit with her. And she ummed all the way through the whole dinner. Of course, we left her leftovers. I just talked to her. I have to call her every morning and make sure she takes her pills. And Dennis's brother Gary's going over there today, so she will have company, and I'm going to go over tomorrow, so she's having company. Meanwhile, it's a beautiful day here today. A few clouds. It's going to be a little warmer than it has been. Dennis is planning on mowing the backyard, I think. While he does that, I will be working in the house a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit discombobulated and could use a little bit of attention. Hummingbird just flew by. The hummingbird was in the flowers when I came down to make coffee for earlier. This is my second cup of coffee. And I was worried that maybe they weren't interested. She wasn't interested in the feeder, but she was. She was just checking out the flowers too, but somebody just flew by. So she's still around and still happy with the feeder, so I will leave it alone. I'll refresh it tomorrow, I guess. Probably. Got something on my leg. Anyway. So yeah, yesterday was a lovely day, and when I came home I was feeling like a little bit, and so I read a book, and there you go. And I got my Wordle in 3 last night. Today's Wordle. Yesterday's Wordle, forget it. That was, I didn't get it, but apparently a lot of people didn't get it. I did come across something on Twitter saying, oh, let's have a little conversation about parer. The word was parer. P-A-R-E-R. Parer? Really? I didn't get it. Apparently, a lot of people didn't get it. I told Dennis, when I start my day not getting my Wordle, you know, that's not good. But it turned out to be a very nice day after all, so that was good. Anyway, yeah. So I plan to do a little bit of knitting. I plan to do a little bit of straightening up in the house. I plan to do some reading. And I think that's about it. I'm going out and about tomorrow. Well, I'm going to Aura's tomorrow. I'm going to cut her hair. I was originally thinking I would do it yesterday, but we got there too late and whatever. I said I'll do it on Monday. And so I'll be over on tomorrow to cut her hair and make a couple phone calls for her. And help her be calm and happy over there. So, but she's having company today. We were there yesterday. Bonnie was there on Friday, so she's got lots of company. I think we were there on I was there on Thursday too, so. She's got somebody coming over almost every day, which is good because she's, you know, 91 and a half now. So, but all is well. Yeah. Yeah, can't think of anything else noteworthy. Dennis made an exciting find. I forgot this. Dennis made an exciting find last night when he took the dogs out at the end of the day. or before bed, he found one of his, a brandywine tomato, a red brandywine tomato. We were so excited. That yellow tomato plant that I planted, I don't remember the name of it, completely took over that part of the garden, the tomato part of the garden. And it was so funny because in the beginning, it was just plant, no flowers. I mean, it's giant and huge. Dennis has cut it back several times. And it has gazillion giant yellow tomatoes eventually. But it was growing its plant first, and then it produced some flowers, and the tomatoes grew pretty fast. But it overshadowed the brandywine plant that Dennis had planted, and he wanted brandywine tomatoes. Not that he eats raw tomatoes very much. But we were a little bit disappointed. First of all, I like the yellow tomatoes, but I don't like them better than like a gorgeous, big, juicy red tomato. I don't mind the acid in tomatoes, and these are less acidic, and I think that makes them less desirable for me rather than more, which it might for some people. But, I mean, I didn't know. I just thought, oh, that's cool, yellow tomato. But we have a gajillion of them. So anyway, that brandywine plant got completely overshadowed, but Dennis found a tomato yesterday. He was so excited. So we have one brandywine tomato and a gajillion giant yellow tomatoes. So in the next couple days, we're going to be doing some freezing of tomatoes. We have enough Roma tomatoes to process, you know, to bother boiling water so we can peel them and that kind of stuff. And we have way too many yellow tomatoes coming. So we're going to be freezing some tomatoes for our winter soups and such. Dennis is making solyanka, which is the Eastern European soup that has, you know, sausage and all kinds of stuff in it, and pickles and lemon. It's really delicious, and that's what we're bringing for dinner to the Outer Banks when we go in October. So he's starting to think about that. It's kind of a big production. He took a picture of his mise en place, and a mise en place is when you get everything together ready to go before you start cooking. It's a, you know, chefs do that. Dennis does that all the time. It completely filled our whole counter. It was so many ingredients. So it's a big deal to cook it. It makes a lot, and he's making a lot, and it's delicious. But and it takes tomatoes. So I think he probably will use some of the yellow tomatoes for that. Because it has pickles and lemons in it, so it doesn't need the acid from the tomatoes. It's got its own zing already. So he'll be doing that relatively shortly. And I need to think about the things that I need to make to bring to OBX with me that will help me stay away from the carbs, because there are an enormous amount of carbs. You know, everybody brings every snack they've ever loved in their whole life and sits it on the counter. We have a big, giant counter. It's a huge house. It's got 12 bedrooms. And so the kitchen area is also huge, and it's piled with homemade cookies and all kinds of junk. And so I need to be sure to bring stuff that will help me stay away from the carbs, because otherwise my knees are going to ache me when I get home from OBX, and I don't want that. So I will be making biscotti and making crackers, and Dennis is making solyanka. Anyway, right, pup? Here's Maisie. Maisie's here for a cuddle. Anyway, so that's the plan. But today is going to be a relatively lazy day. Do a little straightening, read, knit, sit on my deck after Dennis is done mowing. And before. But I'll do the straightening up during the mowing, because I feel a little guilty when he's mowing and I'm not doing anything. I used to do the mowing before my knee, couple summers ago. What was that, about 18 months ago? My knee was really bad. So I stopped mowing at that time. So this is his second summer of having to be the mower. And I feel guilty, so I'll straighten up in the house. And then everything will be a little straight, right, puppy? Right? Can you put your face up here so people can see it? Yes, you can. I know. My giant cuddle girls. Yeah, my giant cuddle girls. All right, that's it for me. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday, or those of you on the other side of the international date line, a wonderful Monday. Please, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.